Hey guys, welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy X. Last time, we made our way through the Cloister of Trials here in Zenarkand. You thought we'd be through those things by now. Figured there'd be nobody there to reset things after we were done with them. But no, even when everyone around here is already dead, there's still a Cloister of Trials. Anyway, this one's not so bad, it's just tedious and time-consuming. After completing it, we get a white field here and a save point, and everything is very eerie. Using that eerie things, let's do something more eerie and do sphere gridding. Now, because I've done all of the capturing along the way to get everything up to 10, I figure I've gained probably about 20 sphere levels worth of extra. So I'm going to save myself about 20 sphere levels afterward because I don't want to go overkill and be way super overpowerful. The main reason I'm doing this right now is because I need to learn a couple more skills that I'm really close to being able to get, specifically for someone like Lulu. I'm going to be able to get the awesome double cast ability now. So let's start with Kamari. He's up top there. I'm going to show a lot less of this than I have been, just because we're going to get Mug. We've seen all these stats, and so there's about 20, so that's as far as I'm going to get. Okay, all finished up there with Kamari. We got down here, got the last little bit of agility, got the Mug ability. We've seen all these because Riku's got them all before. Titus, there's a little bit to this one, so I'll do a little bit of it on screen. We'll get that node there. And one of the level 3 key spheres that we got there before, I'm going to use it there. Move him down, get this strength. And then we're basically going to be able to get him down to the bottom of his path, which is right about here. And so I'll do that. And the other thing I'm going to do along the way is I'm going to use, let's see here, probably both of those HP spheres. Maybe only one of them. I'm going to kind of look into it, just to see who's going to need the most by the time everyone reaches the end of their grid, because he's lacking on HP right now. Okay, all finished with Titus there. I did use one of the HP spheres here, and I'm going to give the other one to Riku, I believe. Let's see, so we got Quick Hit, which is basically, it's a fast attack. It has a lower rank. What they do in the game is they rank individual abilities. An attack is this much, using an item is this much, using an overdrive is this much. Basically, what this does is, I think a normal attack is a rank 3 action, and Quick Hit drops it down to a rank 2. Do note, in the original PS2 version of the game, it dropped it to a rank 1, and it only cost 12 MP. Now it, I think, costs 36. Oh, it's not going to tell me. Oh, well. But yeah, it uses 36 MP, I believe, now. And so it's not nearly as rigged as it was before. In the previous one, it was the best ability in the game. In this one, it's still the best ability in the game, even though they've nerfed it. But anyway, he's got 27 points left. I'm just going to leave him there for now, because he doesn't need to go any further than that. Let's see, Yuna here is going to gather up the Kiraga ability, finally. Regen, which I don't care about. Down here, we'll get some of this, and we'll probably stop her right about there. Okay, I'm finished all that. Do note that I unlocked here, it was a level 3 key lock to get 3 points of magic. I'm not going to be able to get down here. I don't have anywhere near enough level 4 key spheres right now. Though Quick Pockets, like Quick Hit, is basically, it reduces, I think, item, which is a level 2 or a rank 2 action, down to a rank 1 action. So it gives you more recovery time. You'll get your next turn faster when you use something like that. Regen, I don't think I've ever used, or maybe once or twice in all the times I've played this game. Kiraga is exactly what you think it is. It's pretty good. Let's see, Waka. We're going to finally get Osmos, a bunch of HP, some strength, accuracy, the same stuff he always gets. He'll probably end somewhere around here or something like that. Okay, we're all finished there. I managed to get up there to get a little bit of accuracy. Osmos drains MP. It's not particularly useful for characters, because if we need to restore MP, usually we can do it in between battles, and it's rare that we'll need to do it during a fight. So anyway, that's pretty much all for him. Orin here is going to grab a bunch more strength, as he usually does, pick up the Sentinel ability here, and then he's going to unlock this level 3. Actually, I'll probably unlock this level 3 lock, so I can come over here. I won't be getting this luck point, but I will be picking up Entrust, one of the most useful abilities in the entire game. It imbues however much overdrive gauge you have filled up to another character. So you can move your overdrives from character to character, making it so that you can use the more useful ones in battle, as opposed to ones like, say, for Kamari, who doesn't need them. And of course, we'll be teaching this ability to other people as well. Then we'll get through here, and I think we'll stop right about here and just pick up the little bit of extra strength that's there. Even though that's going past the end of Orin's grid, I think it's going to be very, very helpful to get all that nice strength. Okay, we're back here. So yeah, I took out the level 3 lock that was here, came up here, got Entrust, backtracked down here, got Sentinel. Sentinel, basically, it's like the guard ability. You guard for your other party members, but you do it in defensive stance instead of just taking the damage at full damage. So this one could be useful. Actually, it could be useful in an upcoming boss fight, though it's not part of my strategy. And then I took care of this level 3 lock, went over here, got all this strength, and the evasion there, and then I put the last of the MP spheres that I had gained there up here for him, and that's where he's going to stop. Lulu's going to come down here, and I don't know why they do this, but all of the nodes down here have some, like, there's pretty much like one of every type of node, save for HP down here. So we're going to unlock the level 3 one here. Want to make sure we get that, and the level 4 we want to make sure we unlock that one as well. That's the only level 4 lock we I think we need to use at the moment, even though she doesn't need the strength or the, well, she kind of needs the defense. Oddly enough, she actually has a really high defensive stat in this game. It's kind of odd. So double cast allows us to cast 2 spells in 1 round. Very, very good there. Level 2 locks, we'll clear these ones. And we'll just run over here and pick up the few little stats they got here. And they're not little, they're all 4 stats. So even if you're not, you know, super interested in coming down to get double cast, just for the stats alone, it's worthwhile coming down here. But double cast is very, very good. Okay, I guess I'm doing the rest of this on screen since it's not much further now. But yeah, just spam all your stats that you're going to get. We'll get a little more magic before we move on, which will be beneficial. There we go. Little more magic. I don't know why she's getting 2 magic points at the end of her grid instead of 4, but oh well. And that's down to 20. So there's the HP, and there's 4 more magic points. Just in time. Riku. This is why I did all of the stealing of the level 3 locks from before. She's not going to go very far. She's just going to pick up the strength nodes here. And then she's going to move to the end of her grid, which is basically right here. So there's not a whole lot... nope, don't move. More strength. Bunch of agility. Make her even faster. And that will be it, except she does have the final HP node that I want to use will be on her. That balances out the amount of HP that each of my characters is going to get, more than I think pretty much any other setup could do. And finally, we learn the bribe ability. And I will move you 1 more and use the level 3 key lock there so that I can move through there later. And that's pretty much everyone. Next thing I want to do is I want to note about, I've changed all my equipment again. I went with the Brotherhood because it has Sensor, though I don't think that's, actually that's not necessary, is it? So I can give him something else. Counterattack would actually be pretty useful, so I'm going to put that on. I wasn't planning on it, but I do want to put on the HP shield there. Everyone else just has whatever they have. I was just taking everything, all my HP equipment off to double check to see what everyone had for HP there. And there's your HP one. And that should be it there. Now, if you are lucky enough to have enough to do this, I would recommend highly that you do this. But if you manage to steal Hypello potions, and you can get them from the Shred, the armored enemy on the comm lands there, relatively easily, it's a common steal. If you picked up 8 of them, and I had forgotten to make sure that I had 8 before I came here, and then went to check it, and I'm like, wow, that's lucky. But now we can put Berserk Ward on there. It's really easy to get, and that will make this fight a lot easier. Alright, all that done. Make a save file. Now we can go in here. Oh, oops. No, I wanted to do something else first. Game. One moment. Okay, fine. Stupid game. Why do you force me into a boss fight as soon as I go into the next room? There was something else I wanted to do, and that does involve the Sphere Grid and Yuna. I had mentioned that I'd wanted to do this for a while, but I just hadn't gotten around to it. Black magic spheres. We're going to teach you some spells. Thundaga. Unfortunately, we have to go all the way over each time. Faraga. And we're going to teach you one more. Blizzaga. Waterga is basically unnecessary, just like with the elemental weapons. Very few enemies are weak to it at this point, so I'm not even going to bother teaching it. The other thing I want to do, Special Sphere. If you didn't use this to teach Kamari what he was getting there, then you can use it to teach Double Cast to Yuna. She doesn't have to go all the way down there to get it, though I would like to get the stats at some point. But that's pretty much all I want to do for her, and that will make her able to double cast those spells just the same as Lulu does. Let's take a look at our magic stat. 54, 62. So that will be very, very helpful. Now we can go in. Much better. Gotta love how often I manage to forget things. There's a number of ways you can deal with this boss fight. I would recommend, if you're not, worried about strategy or anything like that, you just want to kill him as fast as possible. Aeon's overdrives, your own overdrives, that will probably be your best bet. So the way they've done this is they've put all these circles around, and there are 6 of the circles. What you want to do is you want to put a space between each of your characters and whoever, and make sure there's a space between each of them. So I'm going to move Kamari over in a moment as well. But first things first, we're going to nuke this boss by provoking him. This guy has basically 2 modes. He has Berserk Tail, which uses Berserk on your character and does a little bit of damage. And he has his Scissor attack that attacks the 3 circles in front of him directly. Keeping them locked on Titus means that it's never going to happen to anyone except Titus. Nope, not the black magic, the white magic. We want to cast Protect on Titus, if I can get it to work there. And then Titus is going to guard, because every time you hit this guy, he counterattacks. You can steal ethers from him, but yeah, he will counter with Berserk Tail to whoever's in front of him. That's why I put the counterattack weapon on there, so that he'll be able to counter every time he gets hit. So Titus is just going to guard. He's never going to physically damage the boss himself, and I'm not going to use my physical attackers to do much of anything in this fight, because it's really unnecessary. Now, his Berserk Tail has a 50% chance of hitting with Berserk. Berserk Ward has a 50% chance of reducing being hit with Berserk, so you really don't have to worry too much. And if he does get hit by Berserk, throw a Suna out on him and you should be fine. Next thing, Mental Break. It's the only one he's susceptible to, so you won't be able to get away with anything else. And that's his other attack, so it hits all 3 of the circles in front of him. That's why you want to move everybody away from Titus, who's going to be soaking up all the damage in this fight. So everyone else has been in. Now that we've done that, he's got Mental Break on him. Special. For some reason, you can't just go into Black Magic and hit 2 spells, but with Special, Double Cast, now we can use 2 spells. Doesn't matter what spells they are, we'll use a few different ones, sure. 6,000 damage per hit. Somewhere there and about. And he'll counter, he'll hit Titus, and Titus sometimes will counter out of that. I'm going to cast Haste on Lulu. Make sure she can get another turn. Once he's been hit up to 4 times, he will use Glyph Mines, and what will happen is you'll notice there's new enemies on the screen. If you're on one of these pads when the Glyph Mines go off, then you'll basically die one hit. So what I have to do now is I'm going to have to move Lulu over here, which is rather unfortunate, puts her in the line of fire. But since he's provoked, he's only going to hit Titus with that. So we're just going to guard for a sec, watch those things go boom, and then we're going to move Lulu to the one that's free, even though it's not spaced out properly, just because I don't want to die. And let's see, we've had everyone in here. You can rarely steal Turbo Ethers from this guy. Only a little bit left, so double cast, Faraga, Bandaga. Her additional magic stat will help her do a little more damage. You need 8,000 damage to overkill this guy. Like I was saying about the Glyph Mine, if you hit him with damage 4 times, it's an invisible counter like with a lot of bosses, and that's when he uses the Glyph Mine. So 4 hits, then he'll use it on his next turn. Space Characters part, you need 8,000 to overkill this guy. So what I'm going to do here is... Oh, Yuna's already in the party. Normally you would just guard with Titus, but I should probably heal too. This boss can be rather difficult because the Berserk Tail will keep berserking your characters, and they'll keep attacking over and over and over again, and just you'll end up in a very bad way because of it. I could use Titus's Overdrive, or I could use an Aeon to finish it off. We'll use Ifrit, sure, why not? I wouldn't recommend using Bahamut because we're going to have other uses for Bahamut. But, anyway. Just pick something, throw Hellfire at him, he dies. There we go, we get the overkill. I probably didn't even need to use any of the sphere gridding I did, but I figured it was finally time to catch up. And like I said, I'm going to hold back those 20 levels or so just because I think it's unnecessary to, you know, do that extra grinding that I did by capturing all the monsters. So, anyway. Now that we've finished that guy off, now all of the, that way, which one was he called? He had a name. The Spectral Keeper. The previous one we fought was the Sanctuary Keeper.
The Hall of the Final Summoning.
Oh, wow, we are at the end, aren't we?
Yes.
Get a bunch of experience there. 2 level 4 key spheres. Got some kind of an armlet.
What do you mean, no final Aeon?
Wait, what? What's going on here?
Sir Oren! Everyone!
Well, I guess we're all gonna go figure this out. As you can tell, they kind of warped the song here. At least it sounds like it to me. I don't know. Probably a good idea to save there.
This isn't a faith. It's just an empty statue.
That statue lost its power as a faith long ago. It is Lord Aeon, the first faith of the final summoning. What you see before you is all that remains of him. Lord Aeon is... his soul is gone.
Gone?
Wow.
You mean there is no final Aeon?
Then how have people
But
been
fear
dying?
not. Lady Yunalesca will show you the path the final Aeon will be yours. The Summoner and the final Aeon will join powers. Go to her now. Inside, the lady awaits.
Yuna, wait! Auron, you knew this was gonna happen, didn't you?
He's already been here. Of course he
Yes.
did.
Why didn't you tell us?
If I had told you the truth, would that really have stopped you from coming?
Fair point.
I'm not going back.
Kimari knows. Kimari goes first. Yuna is safe. Kimari protect.
Alright, give me one quick sec. Okay, I just wanted to double check something real quick before we move on. Just wanted to see how my time was going to be compared to
Someone's coming!
if I watched this cutscene today or if I watched it in the next episode.
Lady Yunalesca.
There she is, Lady
Welcome
Gaga,
to Zanarkand.
in all her naked glory.
I congratulate you, Summoner. You have completed your pilgrimage. I will now bestow you with that which you seek.
Why don't you wear
The
clothes?
final summoning will be yours. Now, choose.
Spear is such a weird place.
You must choose the one whom I will change to become the fayth of the final summoning.
There you go.
There must be a bond between chosen and summoner, for that is what the final summoning embodies. The bond between husband and wife, mother and child, or between friends. If that bond is strong enough, its light will conquer sin. 1,000 years ago, I chose my husband Aeon as my fayth. Our bond was true, and I obtained the final Aeon.
They're very
There is nothing
vague
to fear.
about this final
You will
Aeon.
soon be freed of worry and pain. For once you call forth the final Aeon, your life will end. Death is the ultimate and final liberation.
Again,
Your
the world
father,
is about
Braska,
death.
chose this path.
It is not too late. Let us turn back.
If I turn back, who will defeat sin? Would you have some other summoner and his guardians go through this?
But, my lord, there must be another way. This is the only way we got now. Fine. Make me the fayth. I've been doing some thinking. My dream is back in the other Zanarkand. I wanted to make that runt into a star blitz player. Show him the view from the top, you know. But now I know there's no way home for me. I'm never gonna see him again. My dream's never gonna come true. So make me the fayth. I'll fight sin with you, Braska. Then maybe my life will have meaning, you know?
Don't do this, Jecht. If you live, there may be another way. We'll think of something, I know.
Believe me, I thought this through. Besides, I ain't getting any younger, so I might as well make myself useful.
Jecht?
What? You're not gonna try to stop me too?
Sorry. I mean, thank you.
It's one hell of a
Braska
sacrifice.
still has to fight sin, Auron. Guard him well. Make sure he gets there. Well, let's go.
Lord Braska, Jecht,
What do you want now?
sin always comes back. It comes back after the calm, every time. The cycle will continue and your deaths will mean nothing.
But there's always a chance it won't come back this time. It's worth trying.
I understand what you're saying, Orin. I'll find a way to break the cycle.
You have a plan?
Checked?
What kind of
Trust
plan?
me, I'll think of something.
That's a Titus plan. He has no plan. He has no idea. He's just winging it. Represents his weakness.
And the cycle went on.
Blames himself for letting them both die.
We'll break it.
But how? What, you got a plan now?
I'll think of something.
If one of us has to become a fayth, I volunteer.
Me too, Yuna.
That still won't change anything, you know? You'd bring the calm, and then what? That won't break the cycle!
Listen. You want to defeat Sin and keep Yuna alive. You don't want Sin to come back, yeah? That is just not gonna happen, brother, you know?
If you want everything, you'll end up with nothing.
But I want everything!
Now you're being childish.
Yeah, a little bit.
I give up. So what would an adult do then? They know they can just throw away a summoner, then they can do whatever they like. You're right. I might not even have a chance. But no way am I gonna just stand here and let Yuna go. And what Orin said about there being a way, I think it's true.
You'll think of something?
That's not a plan.
I'll go ask Yunalesca. She's got to know something.
That's at least the start of a plan.
Really think she'll help you?
I don't know, but I have to try. This is my story. It'll go the way I want it, or I'll end it here.
Wait. You say it's your story, but it's my story too, you know? It would be so easy to let my fate just carry me away, following this same path my whole life through. But I know I can't. What I do with no regrets.
Someone finally decides to make the point that it's not just your story, Titus. Which is good. Alright, before going forward, run back. You do not want to have to watch that entire cutscene again if you die on the upcoming sequence. It's not going to end well. So yeah, make sure we save. And yeah, that's pretty much all for this extra long episode. Next time, we will confront Yunalesca and see if we can obtain the final Aeon, or if Titus will think of something. That's all for this one, and I'll see you guys next time.